Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you guys? I'm actually starting quite early. I finished work really late, so I really need to chill a bit. And I thought, let's do it together. Right now. Why not? Okay, what are we gonna talk about? What are we going to watch? We're gonna be jumping into the reality of dating good men from Courtney Ryan. Um, let's see if are good guys really hard to date or is something else. We're gonna watch it live together, watch along if you want. So we're gonna try to keep it as real as we can. Of course, if you want to jump in the live stream, like always, you have in the chat the link. Cool. Without further ado,
Welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be
Hi,
reacting
Courtney.
to a TikTok. So let's watch together, and then we'll regroup, and I'll share some of my thoughts.
So we're gonna be reacting to a lady who's reacting to someone else. It's becoming a vicious circle, ain't it? But let's see.
Per usual. Let's get right into it. Okay, wasting no time. Here we go. This is from a TikTok creator with the handle Christina Zozulia.
I feel like not enough people warn you that when you start making the right choice in dating, start going for emotionally available men that are genuinely interested in you and make that very clear from the get-go, it gets a little bit more boring. Dating gets a little bit more boring because it's no longer up, down, will they, won't they, this like chemical, like you're getting rewarded 1 second and you're not the next. You're getting consistent, predictable behavior, and that to the brain is not exciting. Otherwise, drugs wouldn't be exciting to people. It's very predictable, smooth sailing, and stable. And while that's great in the long term because you don't go crazy, it also makes you realize that, I'm not gonna have these quick dopamine hits in like a kind of toxic way. But
as long as you don't start pushing for it, no. That's where the problems actually is. That man. I stopped at the perfect moment. Look at her reaction. It's like, look at Courtney. I said Courtney, her name was, right? Look at Courtney's face. She's like, no fucking way. Ooh, has it been more than 1 minute? Yeah, it's been.
That's the reality. If you want to continue dating high school level emotional maturity men, then go for it. Keep going for those men that don't choose you, that text you every 5 days. Or you can go for the guy who will respond to you as soon as he sees his message. Like, it's not like, it might be less exciting.
As soon as he sees your message doesn't really mean like in the next second. It depends on what you're doing. If you're at work, you're going to understand that I'm going to respond when I'm going to have a second. Or, yeah, if I can, I will send you a text back. But only from her reactions, her face reactions, I think I'm going to agree with Courtney on this one.
But it's in the long term. It protects your heart, your brain, your nerves.
Starting off 20.
Okay, my first thing is, so basically women want a good guy, but they on the same time they gonna get bored with a good guy, so that's why good guys usually don't win. It kind of makes sense why all of these big G's get all of the attention, apparently, allegedly.
2025 with a positive little video here. Love to do it. So let's start by addressing this idea that dating emotionally available people feels boring, right? I've talked about this in other videos if you've seen them. If you haven't, it's something that I've discussed quite a bit on this channel. But what's really happening here is sort of a recalibration of what you value in relationships. I think many of us have been taught to equate chaos with passion. We might have even experienced this in our childhood and our upbringing, which then reflects into our adult relationships. The highs and lows of someone who is inconsistent can feel incredibly intoxicating, like a roller coaster that you just cannot get off of. But let's be honest, is it truly excitement? Is it truly intoxicating and exciting? Or is it just anxiety dressed up as a thrill?
I'll go for the anxiety part. And honestly, dudes, let me know. How is it on the other side? Would you just lose everything for a woman that actually is a good woman? Like, I'm not talking about cleaning the house or cooking or doing the dishes and all of this crap. The way do you divide the chores of the house? It's for each couple individually taken. But a woman, if you have in your life a woman that actually respects you, you can actually communicate with her, have normal discussions for, okay, where is our family going? What do we want to do? How do we want to get there? And all of this kind of things, who can be affectionate to you and, okay, understands when you're having a shit time and gives you a hug, a kiss, doesn't have headaches 7 days out of 7 and all of this thing. Do you actually get bored of her? Because for me personally, I don't think I would. I do have a problem with the alternative, the one that is out of 365 days, you're not sure if you're going to get at least 10, 15, which are going to be nice, or she's going to go wild either in one direction or the other. You're going to have one great month, and after that, like, shit, the biggest depression of my life just started, and I didn't even know why, how, and how it get there. I would go for the first one. Makes sense.
Stability might not necessarily give you the same adrenaline rush that,
No?
inconsistent behavior does, but it offers something far more meaningful, and that is peace. And peace, my friends, is never
Oh,
boring.
yeah.
And I think you realize this more and more as you get older. The truth is, emotional availability is a different kind of excitement. It is waking up and just knowing where you stand with someone. It's receiving a text not because you had to wait 5 days for them to miss you or to decide that they're done playing their game with you, but because they genuinely care. It's the quiet thrill of
Yeah.
feeling valued, respected, and seen, not just in fleeting moments, but consistently. And let's not underestimate how transformative this can be for your mental and emotional well being. Another thing that she didn't mention in the video that I think is important as well is actually understanding why you are drawn to people who bring chaos and dysfunction into your life consistently. I think this is crucial for breaking these toxic patterns and creating healthier relationships.
This one I'm actually curious because I really want to know why this is coming to women. Basically, for me, it's like I'm trying to understand a woman's perspective on this kind of things as well. Not for me personally, because I'm out of the game for a while, but I do have a kid, and maybe if I understand this kind of stuff, I will be able to, I don't know, at least give him some opinions and advice. But who knows? It's 2025, so I will figure out if it's a boy or a girl when he turns 18, right? It's a bad joke, I know, don't worry.
Often, this attraction stems from deeper, unresolved issues. Maybe it's a need to prove your worth, a fear of stability because it feels unfamiliar, or even past experiences that conditioned you to mistake inconsistency for passion, which I think is what a lot of people do. Actually, taking the time to
That's sad. Okay, I understand what she's saying, but in a way, if you take it at face value, it is quite sad, and that means that we have quite a big chunk of the female population damaged, and that's not really cool. And I would probably blame it on the men that were in her life from the beginning. So it's like starting with the treatment of the father, the relationship that she saw in her family, and so on. I think it all basically comes from the roots. And now it's getting worse with the help of social media and influencers that are always pushing shit that clicks, even though they're fully aware that the things that get more clicks are the ones that are in the extremes. So I will always bitch about that part.
reflect on these patterns and getting to the root of why you tolerate or even seek out dysfunction is the first step, in my opinion, towards growth. Are you subconsciously trying to fix someone because it makes you feel needed? Or are you chasing the emotional highs of unpredictable relationships because stability feels, as she said, boring to you? I think by identifying these tendencies that you might have and actually addressing the underlying causes, you can make more intentional choices and open yourself up to relationships that bring peace to your life instead of turmoil and anxiety. Now, what I really loved about this video is how it highlighted the long-term benefits of choosing someone who is emotionally stable. It's not just about avoiding toxic patterns, it's about protecting yourself, your heart, your brain, your nerves, everything. The reality is, love should not be a source of confusion or chaos. It should be the safest place in your life. And when you choose wisely, you're not giving up excitement.
And always remember the part that if you actually, okay, fine, in dating at the beginning, you want the passion and the whatever and so on. It's like the flares at the beginning, but uh, after, you have to go through this for your entire life if you want to go through a like long-lasting relationship, right? So you can't really go expecting that your entire life is gonna be in complete mountain hikes and complete crashes. It's really damaging, like mentally damaging for everyone.
You're giving yourself the gift of clarity, trust, and calmness, which is the best gift of all. I really don't see a lot of people talk about the realities of a healthy relationship, probably because it's not as glamorous or sexy as the whirlwind romances often glorified in movies
Yeah.
or on social media. A healthy relationship isn't always filled with dramatic gestures or heart pounding passion. Instead, I think it's built on consistency, communication, and a mutual respect for each other. But unfortunately, many people chase the excitement and passion, mistaking emotional turbulence for love, when in reality, that chaos often stems from insecurity and unpredictability. This constant pursuit of the highs can be misleading, leaving you emotionally drained and chasing something completely unsustainable.
And I've seen it in some cases in some of the relationships that I had. It kind of seemed like if everything was going well, they were trying to push for things to happen. So it's like probably they were getting bored, and I was like, ah, no, we too chill. So we should do something about it. So I probably some of them I think are like literally self-inflicted. So even if they get into a relationship with a good man, they kind of still push for that extreme.
True love may feel quieter, but it brings a sense of stability, peace, and trust that no fleeting thrill could ever match. It's not about these grand moments, it's about the everyday reliability that builds a foundation for something far more meaningful and lasting. And yeah, maybe to some people that can feel boring, but I think it's the ultimate goal that everyone should be striving for. And if it is something that feels boring to you, potentially getting to the root of why it feels boring and healing that.
So basically, take some therapy or spend some time with yourself, get to know yourself. And not this is the same shit for men as well, because you have plenty of men who do this crap on themselves, and they're going into relationships that really don't make sense. And if you ask them, like post relationship, they're like, yeah, the flags were there. I've seen the flags. No, I didn't listen to my spidey senses. Yeah, I screwed up myself. So it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, the underlying message is take some therapy.
About yourself. I think another thing to consider here is that stability isn't necessarily the absence of passion. I think it's the foundation for
True.
it. When you're not constantly second guessing someone's intentions or trying to decode their behavior, you create a space for deeper connection, genuine intimacy, and yes, excitement, the kind that lasts because it's built on something that is real, not these fleeting dopamine hits. It's
Mm-hmm.
sustainable and it's reliable. Ultimately, as I've said so many times on my channel, I think choosing wisely and prioritizing emotional availability is one of the most important decisions that you will ever make, if not the most important decision you will ever make, because it's saying, I value myself too much to settle for crumbs. It's prioritizing your peace over these temporary highs.
She has a fair point with that one. You have to value yourself first. And know your worth, and I'm not talking about financial here. Know your worth as a person and only accept what's acceptable for your worth. And give it back as well. It's like it's in a couple. We're talking about couples. I think it should be go both ways, right? Respect each other, love each other. And if your girl loves getting flowers, just set a bloody alarm on your phone. I used to have one, like every couple of weeks, in case I forget. Oh, did you buy her flowers? Oh shit! You have reminders now.
And it's understanding that love is not supposed to keep you on edge. It is supposed to make you feel at ease. It is supposed to bring peace into your life. The thrill of stability is knowing that you are with someone who chooses you every day without these games or guesswork involved. So, all of that to say, I think this video offers a wonderful piece of advice and something to think about, and really serves as a much needed reality check for both men and women. It shifts the
Yeah.
focus away from these intoxicating, short lived thrills of toxic dynamics and instead highlights the value of emotional maturity and stability in relationships. In a world where unpredictability and the chase are often romanticized, this message and the topic in general can remind us that the healthiest relationships might not be the most dramatic, but they are the most rewarding. For both men and women, it's a call to sort of reevaluate what we prioritize in our connections and making sure that we choose respect, consistency, and peace, again, over these fleeting dopamine hits. And just to get a bit of science involved here, if you weren't already convinced that you need to be striving for a healthy relationship,
Okay,
being
let's
in a
see the
healthy
science.
relationship can quite literally activate your body's repair genes. It can reduce inflammation, it can promote healing and longevity, and also improve your mental health and your decision making. Healthy relationships are so important.
Definitely. It's like whenever you're in a stressful situation in your couple, in your personal life, most of the times, at least for me, it was much harder to focus when I had like big decisions to do when it came to work, like my work part. And honestly, I think most dudes just, that's what we want. We want the stability and the like relaxing part of a relationship. It's like, if you want thrill, we can go on a fucking holiday. Let's go climb a mountain. Let's go, I don't know, surfing. If you want thrill.
Important for your health, and this also includes having a strong sense of community. I know it might sound a little bit silly, but the reality is that love and connection are essential for your health. So again, if you weren't already convinced to get to the root of your issues and start to prioritize healthy relationships in your life, I hope this video is the push that you need to get started. So that's all I've got for this
Yes.
one. Again, I really liked this video and thought it was a little bit refreshing to hear someone being really honest and telling other women, as a woman, stop choosing those men who aren't choosing you and who are playing games and honestly just wouldn't be good partners, and choose wisely. Choose someone who prioritizes you, who reciprocates effort, who isn't hot and cold, who is consistent and stable, and who is going to bring peace into your life instead of chaos. It's something that I try to reiterate a lot to you guys. So again, it was helpful to hear another woman giving other women that advice as well. Very refreshing and a great way to start 2025 in my opinion. So if you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys a little bit more one-on-one over there. As always, thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, Courtney. Man, I'm just really crap with names. But yeah, let's give her a like. She deserves it. And let's see. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with her? And if not, why? If yes, why? Give me reasons. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Oi, oi, oi. If peace is boring to you, then chaos hasn't hit you hard enough yet. Depends from one perspective, but yeah, saying it less exciting to date a good man is automatically red flag. True. Or she needs help. Her dad should have hugged her more. I don't know. My wife died after 31 years together. You don't miss the grand gestures or events or exciting times. You miss the everyday trivial moments that make up almost the entire relationship. As I was saying, at the moment, everyone is just focusing on like the boom, fast dopamine hit, and that's it, dung dung. And with all of this dating apps, swiping left, swiping right, getting on Instagram, posting beautiful, amazing pictures of yourself, and getting instant like gratification and recognition and all of these things, they're probably making relationships harder because it's that's gonna make most of the relationship seem like trivial. But this guy, I think he has more experience than a lot of us together, and definitely more experience than the let's say teenagers nowadays or the youngsters. This video and the book Social Secrets Mastery have been a game changer for me. I've already started talking to more people. Man, I've seen this. People are actually forgetting how to speak with other people. And I can feel my confidence growing every day. Yeah, that's good. Confidence comes with practice. Don't believe me? Just watch my first video, second video. I know I'm not amazing now, but if you go back, I'm like, whoa. Okay. It almost sounds like a recovering addict telling current addicts why being healthy is more boring than being high. That's cool. But necessary for you to get better. Okay. The only issue is that, okay, good men who know better than to take part in that behavior to begin with don't want to be considered the boring consolation prize for a recovering addict who is maybe finally tired of self-destructing with her dating choices. Yes, because as I said, if this comes to be, probably if she or he, because as I said, I think we have this crap on both sides. If they're coming from this kind of relationships and they still didn't figure out what's going on and still didn't heal themselves, doesn't matter how good you are, they're gonna try to provoke that adrenaline in that couple. And either someone gives up or the relationship goes to shit anyway. So the girl in the TikTok video is forgetting that she's 50% of the relationship. So if it's getting boring, she needs to bear 50% responsibility for that. That's 100% right. My issue is that sometimes women act like they are doing good men a favor by giving them a chance. Oh, yes, I really heard that one as well. I don't like him, but he's a good guy. It's like, just step away from me. Go away. I don't need it. It's okay. I'd rather be a decent guy than cause chaos for a woman. The right woman will actually get in and appreciate it. Yeah, and those are the ones you actually have to look for. I'm starting to understand more and more things. I'm definitely not a dating expert because I'm not even dating at the moment. I'm not a relationship expert either because probably I would have been in a relationship. But I'm just casual chatting and watching YouTube with you guys. And we're gonna react to some TikTok videos as well. I still have a bit of time. A stable relationship is not boring, it's healthy. Yeah, makes sense. firmly believe that this is why nice guys finish last, because they are boring and predictable. Thanks to being raised on Disney films, then later things like social media, women in particular have very unrealistic ideas and visions of what romance is, and they're just not accurate. Yes. Man, ooh, this guy likes to write. Everyone wants to rightly talk about the negative effects of adult film industry on men and how it skews their brains and ruins their perception of male-female interactions. First of all, let's admit that in the sex industry, there's discrimination. There's sexual discrimination on earnings. Why do women make more money than men? For all the rights activists and so on. Second, dudes, we have a problem that we have to address about porn because we are empowering it. It's now I have popping, since I'm watching this thing, this kind of things, I have all of this crap popping in my For You page and whatever, however it's called. And you have like actresses on and ladies on OnlyFans that they're buying like major cars and so on. At least one of them, I forgot her name. She was doing good for humanity as well. Oh, I actually saw it today. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. She saw one of her fans and was quite old or something, and she texted him and asked him where he lives, and the guy replied from like a care home. So she went there and she was teasing that she's gonna make a move, take some shots with the guys and make the old folks happy as well. So I think the competition is getting higher and higher to get attention. So you can do whatever. But nobody wants to talk about how rom-coms, what the fudge is a rom-com? I'm totally out of this shit. Do basically the exact same thing to women. Okay, so it's something for women then. Also important to note that most nice guys are nice. Just to get into your pants. Okay, yeah, this makes more sense. Truly genuine nice guys are nice because that's who they are and they want to treat people well. And probably that's how they were raised. My kid always says that he wants to be a gentleman. Probably at the moment, at current times, he's gonna be considered a wimp. Because he's still used to, and he's only like 6, he's not even 7 yet. And he's used to the idea of opening a door for a woman, which might get him in trouble when he gets older, because a woman might get upset for someone opening her door. And it happened to me as well at work. Had a colleague, bit of a shorty, have no problem with that. She was literally struggling to get to a higher shelf. I tried to reach out. I saw her reaction. Her face changed. I was like, you know what? You jump, baby. You go for it. You got this. I know you can. I'll just do like this. I'll root for you. And oh yeah, my kid got in trouble for hugging and kissing girls on their birthday, which was fucked up weird for me. I was like, okay. Yeah. Cool. Where were we? Or they've been treated like trash their whole lives and know how awful that feels and don't want to inflict that feeling on anyone else. Okay. So they become too nice, which is bad as well. Which in this strange, messed up, backwards world is somehow problematic and a red flag, yeah, for women, I think. The red flag for women is if the guy is too nice. I think the sooner people realize how routine, mundane, and honestly stale a day-to-day long relationship is, the better off they will be. Because after a while, that honeymoon phase does go away completely. Yes, it does. You already know each other. Okay, you don't. I don't think I would ever want to. One of the worst cases that I've seen. I don't think you would ever want to end up in a situation when everything is so mundane and you guys know absolutely everything about each other that you don't even talk to each other at all. Because that's, again, that steps away from the idea of relationship. That's not a relationship anymore. Okay. The spark might die and you won't have stars in your eyes or butterflies in your stomach after a year. Oh, after a few years or so. Loving someone for the rest of your life is a choice. Yes. And any relationship involves effort. The only thing is, effort should be put from both sides. You have to find joy and beauty in all the small things day to day. Yeah, cool. Yeah, really cool. I'm boring and stable, single, average income. Worst traits to have for dating a modern woman. Oh, don't worry, mate. I'm even worse. Cool. Ta-da-dum. This was for the TikTok thingy. I'll have some water and let's watch 10-15 minutes of my For You page on TikTok. Hopefully, I really want to smile a bit and laugh a bit because life's too fucking short. Oh, by the way, yeah, I do swear from time to time, so if you don't like it, it's okay. I'm not gonna get upset. I forgive you. Ooh. I didn't know talking in front of a camera is gonna make me so thirsty all of the time, but the only what pisses me off, if you see this, do I need to give you a handle or shit just to make it fair for the creators? So let's share this tab. Cool. This is my TikTok For You page. And Josh, wow.
A hard individual. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
He's not the guy.
You know what I mean? Not only am I not a hard individual, I remember one time, my mama tried to raise me to be a gentleman. And there was this one time I was in college and I'm working on a group project, and one of our classmates was ready to go to her car. And she was like, hey, does anybody mind walking me to my car? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, does anybody mind walking us to my car?
Yeah, that good one. Yeah, this one we can like. Biatch, please.
I don't know if you can tell.
So this is to all of the 40 plus single people. So if you're not 40 plus and single, this doesn't apply to you. Maybe late 30s, potentially.
I'm close. I'm like 38, 39. I always forget. I usually don't celebrate my birthday, but I think most guys are. The good, cool thing about not celebrating your birthday ever is after a while you kind of lose count, so you forget exactly how old you are. I see it as a positive, but I know I'm close enough. I'm not 40 plus, but I'm yeah.
Eventually. So all my 40 plus fellow single people, does anybody else just feel like they cannot be asked, cannot be bothered with dating? Because I feel like when you are in your 40s and you've got your own place and you've been single for a while and you've got things the way you like it, you know, you've got your routines and you've got your lifestyle and everything else, the thought of having to incorporate somebody else into that is just too much effort. It's too much of an inconvenience, because the reality is when you're dating in your 40s, you've both probably got your own kind of way of living. You've got your own lifestyle. You've got the way that you like to do things. And what you realize is when you start meeting people is that even though you might get on, you might have the same sense of humor and you might have similar likes and hobbies even and things like that. Chances are your lifestyles are going to be different. Maybe you like going to different places. Maybe, you know, one of you likes to go shopping early in the morning. The other one likes to go shopping in late in the afternoon.
You're assuming that you're both going to go shopping, take turns. I think probably just one is going to go shopping, or now everyone just orders online, man. And so far, I completely agree with him. And I've seen it on the other side, on the other camp as well. So I know women who aren't dating and they refuse dating. And this is exactly what they're telling me is like, no, I like my glass of wine at that time, watching that type of a movie with that kind of music on the background. And if someone is going to tell me to stop that shit, I'm going to go berserk. So routine is something that really comes, and after a while it's hard to get out of it.
Maybe one of you likes to go to bed at 9 p.m. in the evening, whereas the other one likes to be up until 11 p.m. And so you have all of these kind of misalignments in lifestyle, and you've got two choices. You can either compromise and start doing things that you don't want to do, or you just give up and you think, you know what, life is so much easier when I'm single and on my own. I can do what the hell I want when I want, and I don't need to accommodate anybody else. I haven't got to compromise my lifestyle in any way, shape, or form. And life is just so simple and enjoyable being single that you just start to wonder what really is the benefit and the point of dating.
But he's this is where things go into extreme, man. It's like, yeah, relationship is work from both sides. And I do get the part with you get used in a way or another. Okay, fine. But like most of the things that he's saying can be resolved so freaking easily. It's okay. You don't really have to go to bed at exactly the same time together. It's like, that's why you have more than one room. Or if you're in America, you're even better, mate. You have your own man cave. Not everyone, but I see a lot of them that have. So it's like, it's okay. You don't necessarily have to go to bed at the same hour. You don't have to do all of the shopping together and all of this crap. It's even better sometimes in a relationship to have some time away from each other. So, but it's about the fact that from a certain age, apparently none of them are willing to give anything. So something has to give. Yeah, you're going to have to do some, let's call them sacrifices. But even though there shouldn't be considered sacrifices, it is a bit of work. And lately, no one is really willing to put in the work. Let's give the guy a like.
I've got a lot of white friends. I've got a white friend. And you know, I had a mayonnaise sandwich the other day. Like, I know this about white people. You guys have all started believing in that new made-up white religion. What do you guys call it again? Mental health. Mental health?
Yeah.
Told you. You got your own religious holiday as well. What do you call it? Mental Health Day?
We have that?
That's like your Eid, isn't it? You guys know what Eid is? Eid's like Muslim Christmas, but better because based in truth. And
no, really?
Now, that'll normally get a standing ovation at the mosque, but, you know, that's how you know it's a white sport. Calling up your boss with a straight face. Hi, I need to take a day off work. My mental health's not good. Pay me.
Bro, that doesn't work if you're from Eastern Europe. And it's so bad. For me, it was like really adjusting work when I first moved to UK. I was managing a restaurant, and the first time I'm like at the beginning of my life in UK, working as a manager, having staff members calling me and it's like, oh yeah, I'm having a bad day. You're having a what? What is bad day? And why does that mean that you cannot have a work day in the same time? So adjusting to this kind of things were quite weird. Whoa. Or, shit, the worst one that I had, a kid, he was young. So whenever he had problems, he wouldn't even call me. He would have his mom call me. Sorry to say, but I did have to fire the guy after like, I don't know, a month. And that was just, I wanted to do it sooner, but it was harder to convince my colleagues.
I mean, the confidence, that shit wouldn't work with brown people. My uncle runs a car wash in Melbourne for cash, and you can't try that with him. Hi, I need to take a day off work. My mental health's not. He'd be like, but your mental health isn't good. Well, what about your hand health? Okay, these cars need washing. Oh, your brain is sad. Oh, okay. Well, can the sad...
If your brain is sad, that's perfect. You can focus on something else. Go to work. And it's not about the brown people, man. It's about the culture in the country. Yeah. But he has a point. He has a really valid point.
Brain, tell the hands to wash the cars. Oh, anxiety. Okay, but you will have more anxiety when you are unemployed. So just get to work.
Very true. Very true.
White thing, brown people will get there, but right now white people use it everywhere. You know, it's in crime reporting. You know, a white person will commit like a violent crime. Next day, half the newspaper, all these articles, all about the mental health state of the perpetrator. Oh, poor little Brendan. He had a very troubled upbringing. His dad left when he was a child. He played a lot of violent video games, watched a lot of violent movies. He watched Saw one too many times. Oh, the poor troubled child. A Muslim commits a crime, straight to terrorism, yeah? When Bin Laden...
Come on. Nah. Yeah. You're trying to be funny, but on this one, it's a bit different.
Bus, by the way, I want to distance myself from him. No articles about Bin Laden's mental health state. Oh, the troubled Arab man who liked to fly. No. You watch air crash investigations one too many times. Terrorist mastermind. I've got a lot of white friends. I've got a white friend. And,
some of them were okay.
Do not forget to spend the small money you have so that you can make space for bigger money to enter.
Life advice. Whoa, don't spend all of it. Don't spend all of it. Yo, Saad. Yeah, of course. Let me... I think I added you, Mr. Saad. Hello. Cool feed, man. Do your feet talk as well? Oh, you have a feet fetish, mate. How are you doing? You're gonna have to like increase your volume on your mic, man. Okay. How's life? Yeah, not good. Next. Even though I should expect this kind of thing, so yeah, that's fine. And it's been 45 minutes. Thank you, Saad. At least I have a first joiner. You see? Any kind of attention is good attention, apparently. And we saw some knickers and some legs. I'm starting to like interacting with people already. Thud, thank you again for joining. I'll see you again next time, mate. And now I'm gonna head off. It's been a long day. See you next time.